In the heart of a lush, vibrant village, surrounded by towering iroko trees and winding rivers, there lived a young woman named Nala. Nala was known far and wide for her mesmerizing beauty and her skills in crafting waist beads. These beads, woven with threads of gold and adorned with shimmering shells, were rumored to possess magical powers. Powers that is said to attract the most handsome and affluent young men in the village. Every morning, Nala would sit under the shade of a majestic iroko tree in the village square, her fingers deftly weaving beads of every hue. Young women from all corners of the village would gather around her, eager to purchase these enchanted waist beads. They believed wholeheartedly in Nala's craft, for tales of her beads bringing love and fortune had spread like wildfire through the village. Among Nala's most loyal customers were Lulu and Amina, two best friends known for their beauty and vivacity. They would often visit Nala, giggling with excitement as they selected the most intricate designs from her collection. One balmy afternoon, as Nala strung together a particularly elaborate set of beads, she overheard snippets of a conversation between Lulu and Amina. "Lulu, have you noticed how all the young men are vying for the attention of girls who wear Nala's beads?" Amina whispered, her eyes glinting with curiosity. Lulu nodded thoughtfully. "It's true. Ever since I started wearing these beads, I've caught the eye of Akonde, the son of the village chief. He's been so attentive lately." Nala smiled inwardly, pleased that her creation had brought happiness to her customers. But then, Nala knew that the source of the beads' enchantment lay not in magic, but in a pact she had made with a mysterious creature from the depths of the nearby river. A spirit known as Mami Water, the mother of waters. Mami Water had long been fascinated by the surface world and its inhabitants, especially those blessed with beauty and charm. In exchange for offerings of flour and sweet fruits, Mami Water had granted Nala the ability to weave beads that would ensnare the hearts of young men. However, there was a sinister side of Mami Water's gifts. These beads were not merely token of affection. They were conduits through which Mami Water would lure unsuspecting young men to her underwater kingdom. Once entranced by the beads, the souls of these young men would be claimed by Mami Water, never to return to the world above. As the weeks passed, the village buzzed with stories of newfound love and prosperity brought about by Nala's beads. Young men who had once been indifferent now vied for the attention of women adorned with Nala's creation. The village prospered, its streets alive with music and laughter. Yet, amidst these joyous festivities, there lurked a shadow of unease in the hearts of the few observant villagers. Old tales whispered of the dangers of making deals with spirits, and some wondered about the true cost of the newfound happiness that Nala's beads seemed to promise. Little did they know, their questions would soon be answered by an unexpected source, a young woman named Kemi, whose keen intellect and courage would uncover the dark truths behind Nala's enchanting beads. Kemi was not like the other young women in the village. While they busied themselves with dreams of love and wealth, Kemi immersed herself in books and stories passed down from generations past. She was known for her sharp wit and insatiable curiosity, traits that often led her to unravel mysteries that others overlooked. One evening, as the village celebrated under a blanket of stars, Kemi sat quietly by the edge of the riverbank. She watched as couples danced to the rhythm of drums, their laughter echoing through the night. Amidst the revelry, her thoughts lingered on the changes that had come over the village since Nala started selling her enchanted beads. It's not right, Kemi murmured to herself, her brow furrowed with concern. There's something unnatural about the way this beast seems to control the hearts of our young men. Lost in thought, Kemi failed to notice the figure approaching her until a voice spoke from the shadows. "Young Kemi, you seem troubled," said a voice as smooth as the river's current. Startled, Kemi looked up to find Mama Ngozi, the village elder known for her wisdom and foresight, standing before her. Startled, Kemi looked up to find Mama Ngozi, the village elder, known for her wisdom and foresight, standing before her. Despite her surprise, Kemi felt a rush of relief at Mama Ngozi's presence. The elder had always shown a keen interest in Kemi's inquisitive nature, often sharing tales of ancient spirits and forgotten truth. "Mama Ngozi," Kemi greeted respectfully, "I cannot shake this feeling that something is amiss in our village. Ever since Nala started selling her beads, young men have been acting strangely, as if their minds are no longer their own." Mama Ngozi nodded thoughtfully, her eyes sparkling with understanding. She settled down beside Kemi, her gaze fixed on the river's shimmering surface. "The spirit world is a realm of secrets and hidden truths," Mama Ngozi began, her voice carrying the weight of years of knowledge. "There are beings that dwell beyond our sight, creatures with power that can both bless and curse. It is said that Mami Water, the spirit of the waters, is one such being." Kemi listened intently as Mama Ngozi recounted tales of Mami Water and her penchant for striking bargains with mortals. She spoke of the dangers of making deals with spirits, warning of the unforeseen circumstances that might lead to a consequence that will arise from such pacts. "The beads that Nala sells may indeed be tied to Mami Water's influence," Mama Ngozi concluded solemnly. "But to uncover the truth, one must be willing to journey into the shadows where secrets dwell." Determined to uncover the truth, Kemi resolved to investigate further. With Mama Ngozi's guidance, she began to delve into ancient texts and speak to elders who still remember about the old ways. Each clue she uncovered brought her closer to the realization that Nala's beads were not mere trinkets but conduit for a darker power. One moonlight night, Kemi ventured to Nala's humble dwelling, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and resolve. She watched from the shadows as Nala meticulously crafted her beads, her hands moving with practiced ease. When Nala finally retired for the night, Kemi crept into the room, her eyes scanning the shelves lined with jars and pouches filled with mysterious ingredients. It was then that Kemi discovered a small, intricately carved box hidden beneath a pile of shimmering beads. Inside the box lay a delicate charm fashioned from coral and seashells, its surface pulsating with a faint glow. "This is it," Kemi whispered to herself, her hands trembling as she carefully examined the charm. "This is what binds Nala's beads to Mami Water's power." Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the room, carrying with it a faint whisper that sent shivers down Kemi's spine. She turned to find Nala standing in the doorway, her eyes wide with shock and fury. "You have no idea what you've discovered, Kemi," Nala hissed, her voice laced with desperation. "These beads bring happiness and love to our village. They are not meant to be questioned." But Kemi stood her ground, clutching the charm tightly in her hand. "I know the truth now, Nala," Kemi declared boldly. "Your beads are a trap, woven with the threads of deception and filled by the desires of Mami Water. I will not let you harm our village any longer." With a cry of rage, Nala lunged at Kemi, her hands reaching for the charm. But Kemi was prepared. With a swift motion, she ran with the charm to the river, and then she threw it into the river. "No!" Nala screamed, her voice echoing through the still waters. "You can't stop what has been set in motion." But even as Nala's cries faded into the night, Kemi knew that she had taken the first step towards freeing the village from Mami Water's grip. Little did she realize, however, that her actions had set in motion a chain of events that would lead to a confrontation with forces far greater than she could imagine.